Hey guys, it's Cal here from KR Sabers. So this is one of my recently finished Graflex conversions. If you've seen the pictures on my Facebook or recent posts on Instagram, this one is a vintage Graflex. So I haven't done too many vintage Graflexes, at least ones that have been documented like this one. But this one is a vintage Graflex that I picked up sort of around last year. The hilt was in sort of pristine condition. I got quite lucky because the guy I bought it from had been trying to convert it. He was thinking about converting it, and he started to make some sort of amendments to the saber. Like he started to drill out the holes in the bottom, but he sort of messed up one of the holes and sort of felt like he was a bit out of his depth and thought to himself, time for me to get rid of this. So I got it for a decent price, but the whole fact of its condition was what drew me to it, because in terms of the body, there's such little corrosion on there. There was hardly any corrosion inside, and it was just pretty pristine. So I was really happy with the actual condition of the hilt itself. So I kept this one because I knew I wanted to do something nice for it. So about almost a year ago, started working on full metal crystal chassis, planning that, and starting to think about how I wanted to do a crystal reveal in this saber, and then started prototyping the design and testing out various different methods, and finally with the help of my friend in Hong Kong, Lam, finally came up with a solid design and started making it. So it was a long project, but I'm really happy with how it came out. And yeah, so this is a vintage conversion. This one is reserved for a customer already, but I'll just sort of go through some of the things. It is set up for TFA configuration, so the bottom is covered. You can't see the Graflex stamping, but there are hidden sound holes. So they're hidden sound holes in the rivets. They're drilled out so you can, the sound comes through. The rivets in the grips are also drilled out, and I've also put a hole where the guy had originally tried to drill a hole. I just enlarged it, made it a bit bigger, filed out a bit, and then put a hole in the cap. So because it's a WannWanga cap, and WannWanga sells them without any venting, so it's very thin sheet metal, so I managed to get a decent hole in there without bending it or breaking it, and the sound radiates really nicely now. It also has a WannWanga clamp cover, because obviously in the TFA version you don't see the Graflex stamping, so it's got the clamp cover on there. It's got a Slothfurnace accurate TFA clamp card. Slothfurnace by far makes the best clamp cards, well, at least in my opinion. And it's got the shine through glass eye. It's got my 1-inch blade holder, which has been a glass bead blasted and then anodized black, just for a nicer finish. You've got my magnetic switch solution for the activation, and you've got the red button for the auxiliary functions. So for example, if I press this now, you can hear it there. So even with no visible sound holes, it's excellent sound. And it's obviously sporting the Crystal Focus version 8. It's got one of my brass blade plugs in there, which looks really nice. And I guess the pièce de résistance is in the actual chassis reveal. So you just lift up the clamp card and slowly take this off, like so. Just pop that to one side, pop that here, and this is the crystal reveal. So you see we've got two focusing crystals, both pulsing at the moment, which is all configurable within the crystal focus. Just my studio lighting's blocking out some of the light, but I've also it's all made out of aluminium, brass, stainless steel. It's just an absolutely gorgeous chassis, and it's fully metal all the way up to here. The chassis is completely removable. I won't show how to do it on here because it's a bit time consuming. There's a few parts you need to take off in order to remove the entire core, but the entire core is removable. That was key for maintenance or anything like that. So it's got like a spotlight function, which is three 3mm LEDs. If I turn it on, you can see it races around back and forth around the chamber, and when it's on, the crystal stays static. And you've also got a hidden LEDs inside the electronics chamber, which flash up there. The electronics chamber is covered in a white diffuser sheet, so it diffuses the S&D LEDs that are on the circuit board, on the SAT CFA, and then it pulses when it's in standby mode, or idle mode, which is great. And CF8, you've got obviously 12 different fonts. I've put a whole array of fonts on there. You've also got brass radiator fins. All the wirings run through the tubing, so there's no visible wires. You've got a 28mm premium speaker. So what I will do is I'll pop a blade in and give you a proper demo of what this saber's like when it's functioning with a blade in, obviously.
Sound bank selection.
The Force Awakens, Graflex. The belonging you seek is not behind you, it is ahead.
Sound bank selection.
Graflex 5. Graflex 4. Oh, Bespin Skywalker. ROTJ. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Vader. Calvary.
Audio.
The Force. Graflex 5. Graflex 5.
Sound bank selection.
Graflex 5. Oh, Bespin Skywalker. ROTJ. If you only Vader. Calvary.
selection. Audio.
The Force Awakens, Graflex. The Force Awakens, Graflex.
So that was the blade demo there, guys. Just a few sort of close-up shots of the chamber, which you can see. That's what it looks like. I'm going to make a nice sort of display for it for the customer. But overall, really happy with how it turned out. And yeah, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to see my next videos. I'll be notified about my next Saber projects. I'm always doing different things. I've got some really cool stuff planned for some future builds. I will be making more of these particular ones. I've got to make one for myself after finishing this one because I'm absolutely in love with it. So really pleased with how the entire project turned out. A lot of time and effort put into it, but really happy. So yeah, guys, thanks again for watching as always, and I will catch you on the next video.